Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another review. In this video, we will be reviewing Danmachi episode 2 of Sword Oratoria, which is the spin-off series of How to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon. However, with this series, it correlates in between concurrently with the main series. And how they're doing that in the anime, I'm actually really liking how these events that go on in the side story is actually, tying in with the main story. So we're basically seeing the main story from Belle's perspective, and then we have, of course, Ai's perspective in Sword Oratoria. So what they're doing with this series, I really like. However, when it came down to this episode, I did not like it whatsoever. It was actually pretty bad. It was pretty bad. I really didn't have fun with this overall episode because it was just fluff, just sweetness, in the whole entire episode. To sum it all up, Ophelia is trying to gain Senpai's attention. Eyes. It was stupid. It was stupid. It was a stupid episode. We just have Ophelia trying to get Ai's attention. We talk about and see boobs, throughout the episode in little certain segments, and then we also go shopping as well. It's just, this had nothing to do with the overall plot of the original series of How to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, despite, its only plot within the series. But still, when it comes to events in this series, you're expecting it to have at least an impact on the plot of the main series. But what we saw in this episode, it was like, I don't know. I don't even know what was the plot in this episode. I really do think that the only sort of plot element that we might have seen in this episode was probably when Ai's skill was actually being leveled up. That's really it. Man, this is turning out to be a rant. And I'm serious. There's really nothing much else to say about this episode other than the fact that Ai's pretty much, got leveled up, and then we see, the girls being girls, which is not a bad thing when it comes to an episode in an anime. Just how it was handled, it's like, it was completely irrelevant. They were doing nothing. They were literally doing nothing at all. I personally didn't get it. I didn't really enjoy this episode as much as I did in, the first episode. The first episode was actually pretty good in my personal opinion. It wasn't half bad. Especially how it tied in with, the events in the original series. And while we did see that in this episode, that really wasn't the main focus. It was just, like I said, boobs, shopping, and that's it. That's really it. Oh, yes, and Ophelia trying to gain Senpai's attention. There's even a little segment in which I was like, oh, yo, there's a credit scene, but it's longer. The episode is still going on, so this must mean that we have something after the credits. So this must be important, for the next episode. So let's go ahead and see. I skipped on over to that part, and nope. Just more of one of the goddesses grabbing onto Ophelia's boobs. Yeah. There really isn't much else to say about this episode. There was hardly any plot, so I really can't talk about the plot elements when there really was no plot element besides Ai's simply leveling up for the coming battles ahead of her in the rest of the series. You know what? If there are any light novel readers, let me know in the comments if this is like a filler episode. Because if this is actually in the main story, I don't know about you guys, but this might have bored the hell out of you when you read this in the light novel. Because for this episode, it bored the hell out of me. But I don't know. Just let me know your thoughts on the light novel of Sword Oratoria, because I heard it's pretty decent, but I don't know. From what I'm seeing, it's just like meh. You know, it's meh. But I don't even know how the original series is in the light novels. I don't even know how good they are. But I mean, I don't know. Some people like them. But when it comes down to this overall episode for, I guess, the light novel adaptation, like, I didn't really enjoy it. So, I mean, let me know your overall thoughts. There's really nothing else to say. Just let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below, guys. Also, for you light novel readers, let me know also if this is a filler-esque episode. Hopefully, you know, there's actually more to expect later down the line for Sword Oratoria, for stuff to actually get good and the plot to, you know, progress in a way. I mean, Danmachi has never had the most complex or interesting plot, but, you know, to a certain degree, it has its, you know, own spin on the plot. And hopefully we can see, you know, a little bit more from that, because, you know, when it comes to the original series, I enjoyed it. But right now, Sword Oratoria is not really doing that for me at the moment. But this is only the second episode, so I really can't say that much. Anyways, guys, I'm getting, you know, into a little ramble here. The video is probably as long, pretty much, you know, longer than it needs to be. So I'm gonna jump on out of here. Be sure to give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, of course. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see more videos such as this one, hit that red subscribe button down below. And I'll catch you all